So I'm here on scene at State Avenue and Franklin Street, just outside of the transit center where Tiny Tuese was shot by an Antifa member. I will take you through the scene of the crime here to hopefully give you an understanding of the positions of each individual and show you some of the details on scene here. So as we come into the transit center, you can see this "Do not enter except transit" sign, where the Antifa member was pushed into the bushes here, and it looks like they regained their footing and were able to run into the transit center just over here behind the other pole. Tiny, however, was at this location. If you see on the ground, I believe this is blood from the incident. We have a couple of spots on the ground that appears to be blood from the shooting. There's a couple of more. And maybe potentially this one over here. I'll have to confirm, but just taking note that there is a couple of splatters on the ground which appear to maybe be blood just outside the transit center. So if we continue on, you can see coming into the transit center here, there is a panoramic camera right here on scene. The cameras, I don't know if you can see the direction of where they're pointing, but they are pointing sort of towards the corner here. So this shot should be available and should show some more details. I'm not sure why OPD did not put out that camera angle. This is just outside the E-bus stop here at the entrance of the transit center. If we come in here, you can see the transit hall. And for anybody wondering, this is the camera just right here where the footage has been seen of the Antifa group running. And the shooter is seen right here, spotted somewhere right here. And one thing to note, which is very important, is that two of the shots that were fired appear to have hit this post here. We have two clear bullet impacts right here on this metal post, which appear to have ricocheted off in this direction over here. So Free Press Media, which claimed that he had been hit in the leg with ricochet, it does appear that the bullet fragments may have hit this post and struck Free Press Media as he was filming from over there in the street angle. Now, if I stand in the shooter's position and I look where he was aiming, he was clearly aiming at some point behind this pole to strike anybody coming after him. Apparently 2 rounds have struck the pole. The 3rd round struck Tiny in the foot at some point over there. Clearly the distance, I would say, from where I am currently beyond the pole to the signage here where Tiny is clearly seen is well over 30 to 40 feet. So it is quite a distance. And finally, I will take you over here where we see shell casings. I'm not sure how the shell casings ended up so far in the rear, but we do see one shell casing that ends up in this area here. Now, I'm just pulling up and I can't really spot it out. I think it was somewhere in this region right here. And so I have close-ups of the image. Hopefully we'll be able to identify the bullet size here, but here is the transit center in Olympia. You can see there's camera angles in a few different locations. We'll walk the grounds to see if we can see anything. There's one camera back here. I'm not sure if that would really spot much. In this open area though, I can honestly say there's not a lot of cameras besides the one angle that OPD has released. So if they're running within this area here between the C bay, the B bay, there is one other camera here. I'll come up close, kind of show you guys a shot. So above the B bay, you guys can see there is another panoramic camera right here. These panoramic cameras have multiple camera heads in them. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 cameras inside of the one dome. Also, we have another camera right here. See if you can see it. This also has a multiple angle camera head, which should be able to hopefully see some of the group running through here. And then finally, I'll take you guys down around the outside here, where the Antifa folks potentially had run into a bus here at the B bay or the C bay. I'm not sure exactly which bay. They may have hopped onto one of these buses at the corner. And then we also have a final camera angle here at the bus stop, which also has a multiple head camera on it, which should be able to see angles from directly where I'm facing back down that direction. It also appears that it should be able to show into the alleyway across the street here, as well as anything within this general area over here. And then to finalize, if anybody had run back past this area for whatever reason, I do know that there's additional cameras around the corner here. There's another camera angle that is currently right here, as well as another camera angle here at F stop over here. So that's a little bit of the ground coverage here at the Olympia Transit Center to hopefully give you guys a little bit of an angle. You can see there's more cameras in my view. Actually, I'll walk back this way to give you guys a final rundown. There's more cameras here on the site on this side. So whoever may have run over here towards the H bay or the I bay, the J bay, we have cameras here as well. Pan, tilt, zoom. Well, not PTZ, but they are clearly angled in a direction. I'll show you the angles here. Right behind me, directly in front of me over here, it looks like it should be able to see in this direction here. And then finally at the bus stop across the way.
I only have this sweatshirt. I would have freaking helped.
So there we go, a little overview of the transit center here in Olympia.